Hello everybody, my name is Malik, also known as Fear and Shadows, and today I'm telling you guys about a really strange and interesting ritual game that I've come across. I've never really heard of this game before, and it sounds it sounds scary. I mean, any ritual game is scary, like the Midnight Game or the Three Kings, ritual games like that. I've never heard of this one, so it sounds pretty interesting to me. This game is called Charlotte's Web or Charlotte's Mirror, and again, it seems to be kind of like the same as, the Midnight Game or the Three Kings ritual and stuff like that. But apparently, Charlotte has her own backstory, which I actually found on the Virtual Games Reddit, I believe it was. And so, apparently, Charlotte Webster was a 7-year-old girl who lived in the 1940s, and her mother was accused of being a witch and was burned at the stake. The young girl watched her mother die in agony and escaped into the woods. She couldn't have known what to do. She was young and had no means of surviving. The legend said she died in those woods and was picked apart by the animals that came across her body. So essentially, the ritual or game is supposed to basically allow you to conjure up the spirit of little Charlotte and basically have you chat. But you're going to want to make sure that you follow these rules. It's highly recommended not to play these ritual games because you never really know what you're trying to summon or conjure up. But for those of you who want to give this a go, again, is specifically warned not to play this game. But of course, like with any ritual game, things you'll need are this. So, first thing, a flashlight. You're gonna need to want to see, but you are not supposed to use any sort of flame of any sorts. No candles, no lighters. Again, Charlotte's mother was burned at the stake, so she wouldn't want fire. Number 2, a child's toy. This should be something you think that Charlotte might enjoy, like, an offering and whatnot. So keep in mind that you're going to want her to be pleased. Number 3, 2 chairs. Number 4, a small table. And number 5, a mirror. So this is how you play the game. You're going to want to need to set up in a room without windows, if at all possible. If you don't have access to such a room, make sure to cover the windows completely so no outside light will enter the room. Set up your 2 chairs facing the same direction, with the table in between and slightly behind the chairs. Go ahead and set the child's toy that you brought as an offering to Charlotte on the table. Set the mirror in front of the chair so that you can see yourself and the table in the mirror without turning your head. When everything is in place, turn on your flashlight and then turn down the light of the room and walk back to your seat in the chair. If you're playing this with another person, take a couple of deep breaths and say in unison, "We want to play Charlotte's Web one time only." You might want to place this ahead of time to make sure that you're really in sync with each other. Look into the mirror and keep your eyes on the reflection of the toy. Don't be afraid. Charlotte can sense fear, and she won't come to you if you're afraid. Eventually, Charlotte will come into the mirror. If Charlotte takes the toy from the table, then she is pleased with what you brought to her. She likes to play, and she's naturally curious at the same time. You can take turns asking her questions. Don't be rude. Do not turn your head to look behind you or the table. Keep your eyes on the mirror. When you finish asking questions, you can then close the game as explained. If Charlotte does not take the toy from the table, then she is unhappy with what you brought her. Remember, she's a child, and she will throw a temper tantrum. And the level of her tantrum is only elevated by the fact that she is also a spirit. Immediately close the game as explained. So this is how you close the game. Remember, do not look away from the mirror again. In perfect unison, say goodbye Charlotte if playing with another person. If you have successfully closed the game, Charlotte will slowly wander away from view. Once she's gone, and only once she is completely out of your view, you may turn around and look behind you. You can now stand up to the lights on in the room. This game comes with a warning that you should only play it once, because you don't want to draw attention to Charlotte just in case she decides to stay. And again, as a warning, it is stated numerous times throughout this explanation, do not at any times look away from the mirror. Do not look at the person with you if you're playing the game with someone else, and do not look at the table. This could anger Charlotte, and again, her temper tantrum could either end in injury of player or the player's house you've been in. And do I believe in these ritual games, or this ritual game specifically? I don't know. There could be truth in it. There could be just somebody making stuff up just for a scare. But that is the Charlotte's Web ritual game. So if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. Donate to my Cash App, and follow me on Instagram. And if you'd like, you can join the Spook Troop Discord in order to talk with other Spook Troop members or other fans and just hang out with us. So, yes, this is Malik, also known as Fear and Shadows, signing off.